Hello, people. You're welcome back to the channel. I cannot even sing anymore. But of course, it is your one and only Lady Jackson bringing you this update on the Big Brother Naija Season 8 All-Star Season as a day hot. It is the day 2. I brought you like 1 or 2 videos on what's been happening. And you just know that I'm the queen of the back-to-back show. So of course, the day has been going so well so far, but then Big Brother announced that the head of house games was going to, start at 2 p.m. Remember that there is a black envelope challenge at 7 p.m. So, he said he was going to be calling the housemates one by one into the arena. And this particular game is like, each of the housemates is going to play a game of memory. In the arena, there are 20 boxes. Each housemate will open and close all the boxes and try to remember the location of each object placed in the boxes in a matter of 60 seconds. Now, after opening and closing all the boxes, they will dance for about another 60 seconds, just so that, by any song that Big Brother chooses. Hopefully for them to forget the arrangement. While they dance, there is a bowl in front of them with different envelopes that has pictures of the objects they've seen in those boxes. Now they're meant to draw an envelope open. When you see, you have to go and identify where the location of 2 of the objects are, and then of course quickly go back and draw another envelope and do it for the second time. Now the first person to achieve this in a matter under 5 minutes. Now if you achieve it under 5 minutes, you've passed, but the shortest time will win the head of house challenge. Now the first person to go on for this is Kidwire. Now Kidwire went there. He was a little bit confused. I must say, Big Brother did not explain this game to the housemates well enough, because each of them kept getting confused. And this guy actually reached the maximum of up to 5 minutes or more. But he tried, because I know if it was me, I might really, really, really struggle with it. But he did well. And then next we had I think it was Uriel who was called to come and have the show on. They told her what it was going to be, and she was asking questions because she was confused at some point. Synth girl started, and while she was opening the boxes so fast, she was like, cursing. Oh, fuck, oh my god, oh shit, well, I cannot remember. And then the music started, and girl was giving us some dance moves as though it was like a gym exercise session. And when she was done, she was confused because she picked the first envelope and she was like, I really know what this is, Big Brother. I know it's around that corner, but now I'm confused and all the 9 yards. And literally at that point, I was laughing my ass out. And at this point, I was telling myself, only somebody who is very retentive with location and objects can really play this game, because as it seems, Pere came on the show, played his game, was confused at some point. We had Somadina came, played his game, danced, got confused at some point. Soon enough, we had Angel, who had been singing to everybody's ear, hey, what's up? If you win the head of house, I am your bestie. Better choose me. Better choose me. I'm your bestie. I'll choose you too. Blah, 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 blah. This girl was all out for not going to be last. We had Neo Energy. Neo came on the show. The same thing. Literally, I was just laughing, because at this point, I'm like, the person who's really going to win this must really know what they're doing. Alex Unusual came, she danced so well. I'm like, yes, girl, give me the moves. Hey, give me the moves. Oh, give me the moves. And then we had Tolani Badge, who also played, and didn't want to really stress herself. The good thing is that the girls were really giving the dance moves, those who had actually maybe worked on their booty, like I ain't gotta call names, and the others, we were now contemplating whose own is actually natural or whose own was really worked on, because they were dancing good and they were giving. Now Ike came, I was dancing, he was giving me vibes of church boy dancing, and I'm like, boy, I don't think you're going to really play this game or win. Then we had sheggz, who also came and played the game. I'm like, soft boy energy. I'm feeling the soft boy energy. But then we still had people who were really going to play or not. Ilebaye came, I was, doing the Gen Z thing, and then of course they didn't really get to have their time be fast because they were really, really confused. And then we had WhiteMoney, who used joke and comedy to keep asking Big Brother questions, and Big Brother kept repeating it until he got the clarity. Now, to be honest, you cannot tell me that WhiteMoney is not smart. Then we had somebody who gave us hope, Princess, who played the game and her time was practically the fastest amongst those who played before her. Not until Adekunle came on stage and then beat her off her game. Adekunle literally, did that guy even reach 1 minute in finding out the boxes? No, he didn't. Literally, Biggie had to reset the game for the first two, that was Kidwire and Uriel, to repeat. Doyin came and almost, literally, I felt it was a mess up. Girl was speaking a lot of English she didn't understand. She was making mistakes and I was laughing my ass out. And then Frodd came. Frodd was the second guy to really impress us. Now, right now, we don't really know if he has the best game or it is Adekunle, and it's just crazy at the moment. The at some point it got to where the game was actually postponed by Big Brother as he called the housemates to the arena, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the longest head of house games in history. It is now becoming boring and very, very tiresome, because what the hell, who is now the head of house? But I really, really, really think it's either Adekunle, I really, really think it is him, or Frodd. And although I was hearing that Soma did that because I missed his own games, that he was faster than Adekunle, however I'm tired of waiting. Big Brother had to call all the housemates into the lounge and they went on for the black envelope challenge. Now, according to the rules, housemates are to search in and around of the house to identify black envelopes. In the envelope is the information that one of the envelopes has immunity. Now, of course, amongst this, Tolani Badge, Princess, and Kidwire were banned from, joining in that particular games because they rushed to go and search for it when the instruction had not been completed, a buzzer has not been given. And then while the search was on and they were scattering and destroying things, Mercy Eke found one of the envelopes and kept shouting, what God cannot do does not exist. I was shouting with her when she was saying, how will you shout? I was screaming because I know where she's coming from. Now, something now happened. Frodd and sheggz found us another envelope at the same time, and they had to drag for who would take it first. Later, sheggz left it for Frodd, and then Big Brother had to ask them, you guys have to settle it in your own terms. But then the twins had to cut up with them because Big Brother had to ask Mesieke to read her own envelope, and then she read, congratulations, you have immunity for the week from nominations in case you do not win the head of house challenge. And she was screaming, and then the downside to it is that when Frodd opened his own to read, it was try next time. So there is this very interesting conversation about how Frodd embarrassed, humiliated Angel at a club, him and his friends, and she was having this conversation alongside with, there was Adekunle and then there was Neil. And according to Angel, I was actually fighting with Frodd before we came into this house. We fought at a club. Adekunle responded, why? I feel like it's your fault. Angel was like, it was one of these nights now, every time Frodd wants to go out, he'll invite someone, right? He was like, babe, let's go out. He came to get me from my house. We went to Buzz Bar and then to Quillox. And then we met his friends on their table. And I mistakenly shifted his friend maybe his table or his chair or something. And the guy ordered his bouncers to move me. And I started shouting. And then Frodd turned and, he said to me, I said, keep quiet, he ordered me. And he was like, nah, that's not good. No be person where you go pick from her house. It was like, I blasted him. We were shouting outside the club. I started looking for friends that were there or any random person to take me back home. I told him to give me my stuff from his car. Like, I was so pissed. I'm like, yes, girl, if it was me, I was going to break somebody's head.